So Alex Smith was on our show yesterday, 16-year NFL career. And him and Aaron Rodgers, there are some parallels. Remember, that was the draft that Aaron Rodgers thought he was going to go higher, and Alex Smith went to the Niners, did go higher. They played their college ball out west. They both had a few injuries. Aaron is more revered as a talent. Alex, though, has made 3 Pro Bowls. He can play, too. They got some similarity. They actually look alike. The first thing I said to Alex Smith yesterday during the commercial break, I said, I always thought you looked a little like Aaron Rodgers. God, in person, you look just like Aaron Rodgers. So, but they're different personalities. One is more warm and inviting. One's a little pricklier. And we all treat people differently, right? Based on, their personality. We all have friends you can tell anything to, even bad news. And then you have friends, if it's bad news, you'll just let them find out some other way. So it is interesting. There is this sense that had Green Bay given Aaron Rodgers a heads up on Jordan Love, it'd have been all good. Now, should Green Bay communicate better? Absolutely. Alex Smith yesterday, when I asked him about Aaron and Green Bay's tension, said exactly what most of us feel.
It's inexcusable. It's absolutely, I think. How they ever got to this point. I mean, Aaron's been there 16 years, what he's given to that organization and been there. And for them, I think, to what happened last year during the draft, and I haven't talked to Aaron about this, so I don't want to put words in his mouth, but clearly to watch the interview and him talk about it's about the people. And it is, and Aaron's been there that long, and I don't think it was the fact that they drafted Jordan Love in the first round. I mean, I think it's the fact that how do you have a guy like Aaron and you don't go make sure beforehand, you aren't going out of your way to make sure that he knows that he's loved, that they want him there?
No, I mostly agree. I think you should give Aaron the respect and the heads up. I agree with that. But I'm just going to throw something out there because I'm America's honesty broker. I don't take sides. Aaron's personality is off-putting to a lot of people. His family has commented on him. Teammates, coaches. Is it possible sometimes people in Green Bay don't tell him every little thing and some big things? Aaron is often the victim in Green Bay a lot, right? This is like 10 years now, last 3 especially. He's the victim a lot. Is it possible sometimes Aaron's not the victim? He creates some of this stuff. I mean, he's been in Green Bay 16 years. You and I know he's turned off coaches and players. We've seen them comment about it. Maybe they don't include him in every conversation. There are friends who you tell everything to. And there are friends they can just find out some other way. Alex Smith, I asked Alex Smith, did Kansas City tell you they were going to draft Patrick Mahomes? Here's what he said.
100%. I mean, that's something that was talked about throughout the draft process, not just by Coach Reed, everybody involved in the personnel department. Yeah, and I'm talking multiple times. Hey, this really might be something we're doing. Are you okay with it? This is going to be the situation. There were no surprises. I mean, it was absolutely laid out for me. And I think that all helps, that when that stuff's communicated, it does make a difference how you treat people.
But that's how you would treat Alex Smith. Alex is warm and friendly. Players love him. Coaches love him. He's an overachiever. He's not a mega talent. That is how you would treat somebody you think of as family. Aaron's not quite like that. Aaron can be prickly with his own family, with teammates, with coaches. The Minnesota Vikings, Alex was treated in Kansas City like you treat a nice guy. The Minnesota Vikings, when they considered drafting Justin Fields, gave Kirk Cousins a heads up. But Kirk Cousins is known as a nice guy. He's not a pushback guy. He's not a Cali cool guy. All I'm saying is, anytime anybody becomes a victim over and over and over and over and over and over, Aaron and Green Bay, there are sometimes I would suggest maybe you are creating a teensy-weensy bit of it. So, Aaron may not. He may be intimidating to people. He may be off-putting to people. They don't include him on the text chains and the email chains. And they don't tell him some stuff. Let's just do it and deal with the fallout later. Because they don't want to be in a combative conversation. And they don't want to argue and have to defend their position. Now, I do think you need to tell Aaron when you're drafting Jordan Love. I can think two things at once. My brain is big enough that I think Green Bay was wrong there. But I do think how you treat Alex Smith or a Kirk Cousins, that's how you would treat a nice guy. That's how you would do it. A nice guy. Let's treat him he's like family. Alex feels like family. Aaron's kind of a 1 foot in, 1 foot out, isn't he? A little bit. Got a little KD to him. I mean, you want to put your arms around KD, but you're never quite sure where KD's going to be in 2 years. And I think Green Bay has felt that for years with Aaron Rodgers. Every Monday I do where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. And it's about 5 of one, 5 of the other. And this one, I thought I was going to have to wait May, June, July, August, September. 4.5, 5 months. I had to wait 5 days. Urban Meyer, according to reports, might use Tim Tebow in a Taysom Hill-like quarterback role in the Wildcat packages. That didn't take long, did it? The circus. The circus is in town 5 days in. When I said be careful about Tebow, Trevor Lawrence going to have a bad October. Look at their schedule. And you all said, Colin, he's just a tight end. I said, no. It's very hard to prepare for delusion. If you can't relate to something, it's hard to prepare for something. Like Black Friday at Walmart. You hear about it. I can't really relate to people staying overnight to get a mattress or a cool shirt. I can't really relate to that. I just go the next day and get it. So you can't prepare for it if you're normal, that you would literally stay overnight to get a phone or something, or a television or something. And then you see it on television and there's fist fight and it's WWE and you're like, how would you can't prepare for something you can't relate to. I can't relate to watching a quarterback that's awful and thinking he's Tom Brady. So I can't even relate to the Tebow stuff. The idea that he's going to be Taysom Hill. Yeah, Taysom Hill runs a 4.4. In August, Tebow is 34. Tebow has spent the last 4 years in the NFL getting yards and winning games. Tebow has not been in the NFL in 8 years. They have nothing in common. I'm not even going to get into their stats. One completes 70% of his throws, one 47. One has a passer rating in the 90s, one in the 70s. I'll just be nice. But Trevor Lawrence, he doesn't understand it. Because Trevor Lawrence was 13 when the Tebow delusional tour took place in Denver. He was only 13, so he's all on board on this stuff. Oh, Trevor Lawrence has no idea. You cannot prepare for something that you can't relate to. Tim Tebow, Champ Bailey made 12 Pro Bowls. Champ Bailey is one of the best top 10 corners in league history. Champ Bailey was great. I know Champ a little bit. Champ Bailey came out yesterday and he said, I was there with Tebow in Denver. He's infectious, but he's just not an NFL quarterback. He said, I've known a lot of guys like that. They've got all the qualities in the weight room and the leadership, but they're not NFL quarterbacks. Tebow's not an NFL quarterback. He's just not. But I think this is Jacksonville is never interesting. There have been moments in their history where they've been kind of good. The Blake Bortles defense, that's kind of good. AFC Championship game. Mark Brunell teams, Jack Del Rio or Tom Coughlin was a coach. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They've never, even when they were good, though, been captivating. I mean, did you buy a Jags jersey during the Mark Brunell run? Were you there cheering for them to get to the Super Bowl, or did you want the Steelers or Brady to get there? I will say this. The NFL, even their franchises that feel like 2 to 3 years away from moving to London are interesting. Tebow may be used at quarterback. But Trevor Lawrence, go look at that Jaguars October schedule. 5 straight winning teams, 5 straight Super Bowl contenders. They're probably going 0-5, and the chance will come raining down in a stadium that's 2 hours from where Tim Tebow was the most iconic college football player in the history of college football. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.